You're listening to MarceyLynn once again on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Harry. Of course, this is a pre-record. I'm very excited. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody for their prayers of comfort during the times that I've had in the last couple of weeks. And I want to thank you all for reaching out to me. And it's great when things happen because you know who your genuine friends are. And speaking of that, I just wanted to mention that on this Saturday, we have a wonderful event coming up with my wonderful People's World family. And it is the Amistad Awards. And I'm so excited. We have some wonderful, wonderful recipients. We're going to talk about what exactly is the People's World Amistad Awards in the show. I know a lot of people have heard that, oh, they're having Amistad Awards. What's that? You know, they're thinking Amistad, the statue, the boat, all those things. But it goes further than that. It's a community of folks, and we fight, and we fight, and we fight. So this year's awards, and I'm not sure what number we're at, but we'll discuss that with the people that I'm speaking with. People's World Amistad Awards this year is titled, It's an Enough is Enough Moment, Time to Organize. Of course, we're rising up because, you know, this has just been a rise up year. Even I saw Rise Up so much during the International Festival of Arts and Ideas that I was like, yay, let's see. 2023, we're going to rise up and be ready for 2024. So our awards this Saturday are at 4 p.m. and they're at the First in Summerfield UMC Church. I don't know that church, you guys, a lot of people see it, 425 College Street, the corner, New Haven. And I'm imploring you all to come. And why I'm doing that is because it is going to be a wonderful event. Not only will you be inspired by the people that are receiving awards this year, we'll discuss that as well, you will be inspired by just being in that moment. It will make you energized about what we have coming up. I don't know if you guys watched the news the last couple of days with Biden and Trump and the things that they're saying and the things that you know who always says, but it is more than rising up just for the presidency. We got to get busy with our local people. So today, my first guest is my dear friend and sister, Lisa Burton, one of my chillin', I call her one of my chillin', and she will be discussing with me. Yeah, she's just a tremendous leader. I know I always give her acclamations, but I want to make sure that I do it again. I know you guys have seen her on the show before, but she is just a wonderful and beautiful young lady. She inspires me as an older person to know that, you know, everybody coming from behind me and behind other people are definitely going to be able to do what they need to do because they have the leaders they need. So, Lisa, first and foremost, happy Amistad Awards coming up too fast like it just happened again. So how are you today?
Good, Marcy. So grateful to be here with you. Thank you so much for the honor to be on your show.
You know, Lisa, and you guys always say that, and it's not my show, it's our show. And I like that you guys do say, you know, you feel like, you know, it's my show, but I do this for us. I do it for the organizations we work with, the organizations, the unions, the parties, the kids. I do it because we all need to have a place where we can come and just talk about community things and talk about world things and talk about grassroots and boots on the ground. So I really want you to tell me what the Amistad Awards mean to you.
Thank you, my sister. Well, the Amistad Awards to me are a moment of unity. It's a moment of great dangers and challenges in our world. And the Amistad Awards every year is a very powerful moment of unity, of bringing our movement together in Connecticut. And we have really tremendous leaders all over the state of Connecticut who stand up on the front lines, put their lives on the line every day for what is right, for racial justice, for economic justice, for immigrant rights. You know, when unfortunately there is another side that is trying to take those rights away from us at every second of every day right now. Really? And so, yeah, so the Amistad Awards is a really a moment to be in unity, be in fellowship, celebrate that work, because that is work that is day to day, very challenging work that often goes uncelebrated and unappreciated. And the Amistad Awards is a moment to uplift that work and really celebrate it. And I can't wait to share, and keep discussing our 3 tremendous awardees this year, because they really are such examples of that. So really looking forward to it.
Like literally, I think all of our awardees have always been examples of that. And, we go through things and we got to look back and see who our awardees are, because there's a connection everywhere with everything that we need to learn about. And I just really, your question is, why are they important? And I think that the Amistad Awards sometimes can be overlooked because people don't understand what they are. So my purpose in doing this is so people will know what they are and be more anxious to come because they're able to understand it a little bit better. So why are they important?
Yes, thank you. Well, I think they're important, and they're different from some other events that we might go to throughout the year, because they always mark a particular moment in history. Right now, we have unprecedented attacks from the right wing in this country that are trying to turn back the clocks on everything that the people's movements have won. And this year in particular, we are also going to take action on demanding a ceasefire in the Israel-Gaza conflict and mourning the losses on all sides. We're coming together in a very, very crucial moment for unity in our progressive movement in this country. And they're so important because if we lack that unity, we stand the chance of failing to protect those centuries of struggle that people have gone through to get us to where we are today. So, yeah, go ahead.
I said, indeed. Yeah, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
The third part of it is that, again, I want people to understand that you said all sides. Senseless death, over anger and hate. And that's usually what happens, Unfortunately, when people have power, it's like they have a button and they think, who cares about who's on the other side of the button? So this year's awards are special every year, but this year's awards, what's special about this year specifically? Because I'm going to go over, I'm going to have some of our previous awardees on the next couple of weeks shows, not next week, but most of January will be previous awardees. But I really want to know this year. I'm excited about this year. Like I'm excited about every year, but I'm excited about this year's awardees because there are 2 of them that are really near and dear to my heart for the things that they do. So, what's special about this year's award?
Oh yeah, so we have really tremendous awardees this year. We have tremendous awardees every year, but this year our awardees represent a certain level of leadership that have really moved our state forward over many, many decades. And so we have Senator Gary Winfield, who many of us know and love. Gary has been on the front lines of so many fights in the state, winning the police accountability bill alongside Representative Robert Porter, standing up for the Trust Act, which prevents ICE and immigration from cooperating with local police force and keeps our immigrant community safe. Standing up for incarcerated people and ending solitary confinement in Connecticut. These are just a very small few of the list of accomplishments of Senator Winfield. And we know that he is always being targeted for these stands, very brave stands that he takes as a Black man in that position. Or really anyone, but especially as a Black man in that position. So we are super excited to come and back him up and celebrate his work. Stacey here. Yes. I know. Anyway, I'm just one of the many organizers of this, so I know you're going to hear from the other organizers who are coming on the show later. So I don't want to take all the fire from them. But then we have Stacey Harris Birdsong, who's our first African American female leader of AFSCME Council 4, which is a really amazing thing because that union, it's to have that kind of leadership in that union is a really big breakthrough in our labor movement in the state. And Stacy's just a wonderful human being who really cares about families and children and making sure that our people have what they need.
She's amazing.
And
Connecticut's doing a lot of
go ahead.
firsts. Connecticut's
Say
doing a
again?
lot of. We got
A lot of firsts.
first Black female lieutenants. We got all these wonderful things happening in Connecticut. First, and I want to get to the point where we're on. This is our 10th at this point. It's kind of we're still doing our first right now, but I'm glad that we have that. And our last.
Yes. And our third awardee is a very good friend of mine, Luis Luna, who has been also on the front lines of many struggles in the state. He currently heads up the Husky for Immigrants coalition work, and so has been instrumental in winning Husky healthcare for undocumented people in the state. We have a very long way to go in terms of who that covers, but he's been on the front line of that organizing for many years. He also has been an organizer for the Working Families Party in Connecticut. He's an artist. He just has a very creative and powerful mind and way of bringing people together through art, through culture, and we'll get to hear directly from him at the awards, but just another tremendous leader for working class people in the state.
This is something that you don't want to miss, having the information, getting the information, and we hobnob and rub shoulders, but this is different. This is all community, all love, and you'll really come in and you'll feel that, and that's what I always say about the awards. If you want somebody that's willing to fight with you, come and meet a group of people, and I'm claiming the 300, by the way, that to come.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be standing room only.
Yeah, standing room only, and I'm always running through there, doing this, that, and the other anyway. So I look forward to that. So let's get into how people can attend, because what I'll do is Harry will be flashing the flyer, so you guys will see the flyer in the beginning and at the end of the show, so that way you'll have that information. But it's important for people to know from us how to attend.
Absolutely. So you can either go to the link that I believe Marcy will share for the Action Network tickets. You can purchase your tickets advance online at the Action Network. I think you can even go to Action Network and search People's World Amistad Awards if you want to just find it that way. Tickets are $10 or what you can afford. That's a normal general ticket price. A solidarity ticket, which is if you are in a position to donate a little extra, is $25. But nobody is turned away for financial reasons, and we have a number of scholarship tickets available as well. Yeah. So come one, come all. Do not let finances be a hindrance for your attendance. Yeah, that's how we always do our events every time.
And keep in mind, and this is what I say, it's the startup for next year, because you realize, like I said, last year's awards we had Rise Up, and then you saw Rise Up everywhere throughout. Is that amazing how every year we have the awards, and the next thing you know, our slogan is everywhere for that entire year? So I'm looking forward to seeing Enough is Enough for 2024, because I know it's coming. Enough is enough, because enough is enough.
It really is. Yeah. Enough is enough. It's too much. Yeah. They've gone way too far at this point. Yeah.
At this point, we have to rest well, because we got some serious work to do. Come and be ready. And this is a way for everybody to come out and be ready. And Lisa, I thank you so much for sharing your time. I'll let you get back to your day. And
love you, Marcy.
And I will
love you so much.
Thank you. So next we'll have Jamal Henderson and Joelle Fishman sharing more about the awards. And again, Lisa, I love you, and thank you for spending the time with me. I know how crazy our schedules are, so you taking this time out for me, I really, really appreciate it. And I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Love you, Queen Marcy. I'm so glad that you're doing a little better this week.
Much better. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you again to everybody who, I can't even tell you, the outpouring was amazing. You really know who's in your corner.
You deserve it. All of us should be in your corner. You're always here for us.
Thank you so much, Lily. Love you.
Love you. See you soon. See you Saturday, everyone.
Yes.
All right, guys. I'm back, and I am so happy, delighted, and honored to have Miss Joelle Fishman here with me. Brings tears to my eyes. One of my greatest teach you how to lead mentors. over quite a few years, and she is going to talk to us about the history of the People's World Amistad Awards, which Lisa just went over some of the things that are going to go on this year and some of the things we've done in the past. But it's good for people to know the history of things. So Joelle is here with me for that. Thank you so much, Joelle, for joining me today.
Well, I'm just thrilled to be here with you. I'm honored to be here with you. And as I was saying before, we often are together on sort of a tete-a-tete basis. And now, we're going to be sharing the way we do with the world.
Yes. Yes. And I'm very excited about that. I'm so
thank you so much. And the People's World Amistad Awards has taken on a life of its own, and it's become a progressive institution on an annual basis in the state of Connecticut.
Yes.
And we could never have imagined that success would take place when we first gave the first awards. I have the book here with the list in 2001. And that year, we gave the award to Teresa Younger, who at that time was just starting out, and she was with the Girl Scouts. And now, of course, she's a national figure. And and she said to me before that she so much appreciated the recognition we gave because it really encouraged her. And then Pearl Granite, who was an 1199 organizer, now retiree, and Representative Evelyn Mantilla, who was in the House at that time from Hartford. So we wanted to celebrate the anniversary of the Communist Party in a different way, not just an internal thing, because the Communist Party has been so instrumental historically in building coalitions and in bringing people together around common cause for workers' rights, for human rights, for social justice. And so we said that year, well, we want to have something special for the anniversary of the Communist Party. Let's honor some of our allies.
Yes.
And that was really the initial seed of how it all started out. And the People's World in Connecticut, we have to raise, we raise $15,000 a year. It's a lot of money. We help the national paper, and then we put out the little newsletter here. And so we have 3 fundraisers every year, and one is African American History Month.
Yes.
And then May Day. But the big one is our anniversary. And so that has become the People's World Amistad Awards.
Yes.
And when we first started out, we had to think about what we were going to name the award. And we thought of this historic lesson and experience that took place in our city here in New Haven and throughout Connecticut, because this is a Connecticut institution, the award, and how it symbolized unity, Black and white unity at that time. And it symbolized courage and strength and determination for freedom. And we thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to have the awards called after the Amistad?
That's just amazing because, the ship comes every year pretty much. It was coming. And I think that this year, I don't think the actual ship came, a part of it came at all. And I remember those days, like when I first started, that was one of the first events I went to when I met you. And that was just the finisher for me. I was like, that's it. I am part of this. There's no way to get me away from it.
That's beautiful. Well, the thing is this. It was Al Martyr, a friend of both of ours, who a number of years ago, he was reading some different books in his house or whatever, and he stumbled upon the Amistad story, which was not which was not widely known at all.
Mm.
And he said, this has to be raised up. And so he called together and started the Amistad Committee, Inc. Of this generation. It was the Amistad Committee, I don't know if it was called Inc., back in the day, that raised the money and helped the enslaved captives to become free.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was thrilled that we also chose to call these awards the
Amistad Award.
Amistad Award.
And I think that's very important for people to know. Most people probably don't know. They just think of, the Amistad, the ship, and everything. They don't know how important instrumental Connecticut, the institution of Connecticut, I should say, was in that portion of time and history. So our awards giving to people that are still doing the work, it's just amazing. And I every year that I go, I'm just amazed by everyone, and they come, and everyone that's honored, and their stories and their speeches, and of course we have wonderful artists. So a little bit more history on after, during the years, things that have changed. Of course, we're 300 deep now, which is beautiful.
Right. So we started in 2001. Now it's 2023. And each year we have selected three outstanding allies that personify unity as a group, not just as individuals, because we took a collective approach. So we made sure that it was representative of multiracial,
of course,
multi-gender, multi-generational. We really looked at that, and we wanted to have different aspects of the movement. And over time, many of the awardees come out of the labor movement. But it's not that they're just in the labor movement. Most of the awardees, they may be labor leaders, but they're also active in the community.
Yes.
They're active as working class leaders. So we kind of, it evolved, Marcy, each year. And then at some point in time, we said, you know what? It's wonderful to have this, but the awardees should also be playing a role after they've gotten the award. So then we began with the former awardees committee. And so each year we reach out to the former awardees in August, and we say, any nominations are welcome. So we get the nominations from our allies.
Yes.
And then we invite who would like to serve on a committee this year. And each year there's a certain core that serves every year, but then on different years, whoever has more time or, whatever. So we've had a whole number of people serving, and the committee this year is just wonderful. I think we have about at least 8 of the former awardees that are there and really putting in all the effort. And then we have others who have kind of consulted with us or are helping to bring people or something like that.
And
so
that, it's so great, because I was talking with Lisa previously, and we had things that we needed to get done, and it's just a whole different step up, when the former awardees are taking on this major task, and I know over the years it's been that nice that net of people, but it's so broad and different. And that's what I really love about the things that we do, not only in the Power Party, but the things that we do with our allies. It's important for us to make sure everybody understands it's all inclusive, and that's important. It's not just Black, white, Puerto Rican, polka dots. Everybody represented. Any of our educational events, and see anybody represented, and I really just that's one of the reasons why I'm like, let's bring the movies back too. So, but I really just want to know, when did the ad book start? Because that's one of the major.
The ad book started from the beginning, but it was small. It was small, and it
might have been 4 pages.
Our Communist Party clubs, or a business that we frequented or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But as the awardees stepped forward, it became a much bigger thing. And there was a very special year. Wait, I have to make sure to get the year straight. I meant to have this already in mind.
Oh, that's all right. It's your time.
But it was the oh my goodness. Just hold
Take
on.
your time.
It was
Take
the
your time.
first year. Here we go. It was 2010. So in 2010, that was going to be our 90th anniversary. Now, we had these events in the People Center. We would jam in there, and we would crowd in there, and people would be standing in the kitchen, and they'd be standing out on the porch, even though it was cold. They'd be sitting on the steps going upstairs, and we just really had outgrown it. And now we were going to have our 90th, so we said, we need something special. So we said, we're going to venture out. And not only that, in that year, John Olson agreed to accept the award. John Olson at that time was the president of the AFL-CIO in Connecticut, the Confederation of all the unions. And he came out of the building trades. So he didn't come out of any left tradition. But he appreciated us, because when there was a strike, we were on the picket line. There was a need for assistance. We were there. We were there not to get credit, but we were there because it was necessary. People were in struggle, trying to make a better life, trying to, deal with injustice. And so that's what we do.
That is what we do, very much so. And I try to explain to people on a regular basis, because they hear the C word, the communist word, and don't even understand. I say, look what I do. Look what Joelle does. Look, look and see the things that we do before you make the judgment. There's good and bad in everything. There's good and bad police. There's good and bad blacks. There's good and bad whites. There's good and bad Puerto Ricans. It's there's one of those things, but it's just one of those things, that word.
So John knew that this was going to be very controversial. And what he did was he was proactive. And so he announced at all the meetings, I'm going to accept this award. And then he talked about the virtues of socialism. He said, don't be afraid of this thing, right? Well, we had it at Hill House High School. We didn't fill the whole auditorium, but we had roped off a real nice section of the auditorium. And we had it there, and it was beautiful. Well, the next week, I don't know, do you remember Glenn Beck, this right-wing talk show host on television?
Yes.
Well, Glenn Beck, on his show, he had a big chalkboard, and he would put like the enemy, what he considered was an enemy, up there. And so on his show, he put December, and that year it was on December 5th. I happen to know why I remember that. And he put, remember this date, December 5th, 2010. John Olson, the president of the AFL-CIO in Connecticut, accepted an award from the Communist Party.
Oh, boy.
This is on national TV.
Of course.
Well, I was out of town at the moment, and I get a call from John Olson.
Oh, my God, yes.
He said, hey, what's going on? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. He filled me in. He said, was there somebody in the auditorium there? I said, oh, no. But, the right wing tracks everything in the people's world. They track everything. So he said to me, he said, Joelle, he said, I did this. I took this award to break down these barriers. And he said, you were more successful than you could have imagined. He tried to get on the Glenn Beck show, but they wouldn't have him. But
of course, they didn't want to hear
his attitude. His attitude was, hey, So now here we are today in 2023. And guess what's cropping up? Anti-communism, red baiting, scaring people. Why? Yes. Because the system is in such a turmoil right now. People are struggling so much. They're looking for what is an alternative. And
They're
so
paying attention.
right, they're paying attention, and those who are in control, who stand to lose, they
Hmm.
don't like that.
No.
So they want to instill fear and division. And
Disconnect.
it's just like racism with the anti-communism. They make it into something that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
They try to put it out there so that we will be isolated and so that people won't think bigger and they
Of
won't
course.
be able to struggle successfully for
Of course.
housing, healthcare, education, jobs.
Of course. And it's a regular thing. And I just look at the attacks and go, I know it's an attack. And I know exactly what you're doing, but they don't want to hear the reasoning. So I tell people to pay attention to the fact that if somebody says something, it doesn't allow you to respond. Pay attention to that. They don't want you to hear the response because the response will be much better than the attack. So that's usually what's happening. It's really what happens with me on a regular basis, but I'm not troubled by that. But I've been like that for years. And even when I was into the political arena, I never gave excuses for who I was. I said, if you don't understand what it is, watch what I do. So
Right.
it's the actions that
Actions
we
speak
take.
louder than words.
Yeah. And the people that, get the awards from us and the things that they do, our allies and the things that they do and the places that we are. It doesn't mean that just because we're there, everybody is part of the party. But listen, unity is unity, and our wonderful word of solidarity. So I thank you for teaching me a lot about that. And the opportunity, to even just meet Angela Davis and to go to different places in New York and find out the work that has been done over the years in the beginning of the party and how it started. And the Amistad Awards are such a huge part of Connecticut that people really, and just having the opportunity to have this conversation with you and put it on the syndicate so it'll be there forever. And now, go ahead, look at this show. Whenever they want to red bait, look at this show.
That's right.
Here's somebody telling you what it really is, and seeing what it really is. But of course, we just continue to fight.
It was so interesting that year in 2010. I remember it was a huge success.
Yes, yes, yes.
And, we had ventured outside a bigger venue, a bigger idea, a bigger
Hill
book,
House.
all of that. And so Craig Gautier was living in New Haven at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me, well, we certainly can't do this every year. And I said, are you sure?
What? Excuse me.
Why not?
You do know who you're talking to, right?
Why not? And he laughed, and we agreed. Well, of course,
we're have
going
to do it every
build
year now,
out
yeah?
from this. Yes, definitely. And so here we are today. The people are just struggling to survive, and
the struggles are so real and they're so hard. I just had somebody call me and say they weren't able to do their laundry. They're going to rehab tomorrow and they don't have any clothes to wear. And I'm going, it is so much easier to get people now to help because they're people that have been there. I think COVID gave us all PTSD and gave us a bigger heart. The whole world focused on that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, the things that we do start a tremendous infection on fighting for others and everybody besides yourself. Fight for everybody besides yourself, because then when you're ready to fight for yourself, you'll have a whole team to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I learned a lot of that from you and a lot of it from my own mother. And then, of course, your beautiful mom. Shout out to Mama Edie.
Yes.
And, at this time, I just really, really just want to continue to thank you. Is there anything else that you want people to know about the Amistad Awards besides coming? Because Lisa already said how we're going to get there. So now we do know that
the information.
Yeah, she did give you the information. But you can also
I'll repeat it. Repetition. Why not?
Listen, everybody needs to repeat it because I'm going to repeat it too at the end of this.
Okay, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, the theme, and we put a lot of thought into the theme each year too. It has to connect with what's going on. We don't view this as an event. Of course, it's an event, but we view it as an organizing effort to bring people together and move forward on a higher level for the coming year. So this year, our theme is it's an enough is enough moment. Time to
Yes.
organize.
Yeah.
That's what
And I
we're
mentioned,
going to, yeah.
yeah. I mentioned to Lisa, and I don't know if you realize this, every year that we have a theme, like last year, 2022 was Rise Up. Did you notice that Rise Up was all over? It was even International Festival of Arts and Ideas. I said, it's so funny because the year before that, the theme, the whole year, everything that I went to had our theme in it. And I'm going. So then this year, I really paid attention. Rise Up was the Arts and Ideas. Rise Up was um, uh, Juneteenth. It was just
I noticed that
every
too.
Rise Up was everything. So now let's see what enough is enough is.
Right.
And I know 2024 is enough because
Yes.
I was saying to Lisa earlier on with her show that after watching the news and seeing President Biden and the other one talking back and forth about running and who's running and I'm going. Ugh, I'm just so ready. I'm ready to pack my bags wherever I end up this year. I'm gone. Okay. I'm just ready. I'm ready for the fight. I'm definitely ready for the convention. I'm just ready. So, um, I just thank you so much for your time.
Oh, I thank you, Marcy, for the opportunity to collaborate together and have comradeship and friendship. And it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It's a wonderful thing. And I know that you're always busy and riding around. I hope you're getting some rest or trying to get some rest.
Thank
And
you.
please give my love to Mama.
Yes. Well, that's making me much busier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know you have a similar situation with your mother as well. So.
Yeah. But you know what?
But
I
I
just
do hope
like
that
I think to
everybody
everybody.
finds their way to the First and Summerfield Methodist Church, corner of College
Yeah.
and Elm, on Saturday, the 9th of December at 4
Mhm.
p.m. Doors open at 3:30. And
Mhm.
if you don't get there, we will have a film available afterwards, but it's not the same.
Mm-mm.
Being in the room and feeling the inspiration, and we'll have beautiful music. It's going to, we always make sure to have a huge cultural component. From the time we had it at the Hill House High School, we
Yes.
had a jazz band. That time we asked Jeff Fuller to put together a combo, and every year we really make the cultural piece very important.
It really is. Like all of it from beginning to end has always been like the best of the best. And I really just want everybody to come out. I want them to come out and see and stop wondering. Because if you come out and see, then you actually all have the facts in your head. And I definitely know it will charge you forward to get through this year that we have coming up that's going to be rough for most of us. Again, thank you, Joelle.
Thank you so much, Marcy.
And I love you, and I'll see you Saturday.
All right.
Oh, happy birthday! 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 Mwah!
Good night.